Hi, Jean-Luc.
Hey, Matt.
So, today, we're going to look at some footage of Dirty Bomb.
Ooh, what's that?
Dirty Bomb is the new shooter from the people who made Brink.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Really?
No.
Did you genuinely not know that, or just for the sake of this video?
No, I genuinely did not know
Okay.
that. It's an actual surprise.
Yes, Splash Damage is their name, and this is their game. It's a tactical-based game where you have a few different characters to pick from. So here I'm going to show you. There's this guy called Artie, and he has a few different loadouts that you can pick from. It kind of works almost like in the way of a MOBA, where you. These guys are like, why aren't there more people in the game? And I'm like, it's full, so I don't know what you're talking about.
This UI is strikingly similar to Call of Duty.
It's very similar to Call of Duty, but it works. I think it works.
It's okay.
But so as you saw, that there's a few different people that you can choose from, and you unlock them by earning experience points and buying them. But then you also will get these cases, like in CS:GO, that are basically loadouts.
Okay.
And you pick from those loadouts for those characters, and they can be different weapons and different abilities. So, and you see, I just died here. This is kind of interesting. You see that shadow of myself.
Yeah.
It'll show you like where you kind of got shot. And now I'm just looking at other people. But it'll show you like where you got shot from the enemy and like how much health they had and where they were. So it's like a kill cam, but more directed in a way.
Okay. That's kind of neat.
So I guess I should explain the overall point of the game. It is very tactical based team shooter with some customization of classes that feels very purpose built, like I don't know if I would say like a MOBA, but like a very tactical first person shooter in a way that there are healers and there are damage dealers, and there are the people who are gonna give you more ammo and stuff like that, kind of like Battlefield.
Okay, so yeah, Battlefield.
Yeah, so if you've played Battlefield, you get the idea of the different class roles and objectives. These maps are much smaller though. I would say I maybe the size of a Call of Duty map, but if Call of Duty maps expanded like Rush and Battlefield, that's what happens. So right now this team is trying to advance. I'm defending. They are trying to advance that big vehicle that we saw a little bit earlier up to a checkpoint, and then they will grab bombs out of that checkpoint and deliver them to a point in our thing. But I am playing this guy Artie, who has a very slightly racist voiceover. His name is Artie, and he's like this Asian artilleryman, and like whenever he calls an artillery, he's like, "Oh, take." That was like our Australian, not even.
Yeah,
Asian.
that was not even Asian.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe maybe it's like my aversion right now to do a horribly Asian impersonation, but that's what it sounds like. It sounds like not even an Asian.
But we
person
could do
just
a horrible Australian because
yeah.
we just don't give a shit.
They coming in. And there you go. You can see again the killing shot. How much health they have.
I like the animation on your guy. He's just God.
Yeah, and because people can heal you.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I really like the roles are very Battlefieldy, but I really like the idea of loadouts that you can't customize every little bit. There's just like there's give and takes to these loadouts, and it kind of simplifies it in a way that I really like. Sometimes in Battlefield I'll be like, oh, but this does this, and like I'll get caught just fucking with my loadout for too long, and this kind of simplifies it. It's like you want to be this build or this build or this build,
Yeah.
for characters.
Does it feel like it is taking any elements from Brink?
Yes. So in I already mentioned Splash Damage. Splash Damage, there was a lot of parkour, but so one thing it's taking from Brink is the character designs, the character and the art style. If you look at the guns, I can't help but think of Brink. I feel, and the environments as a whole. I love the art style that Splash Damage goes for. I just think it's fantastic. It's
although
like
it doesn't
kind
look
of,
quite as good as Brink did.
I would say it's a little, I don't know how to say, less exaggerated, but it's still a little bit exaggerated. And like, I feel like it also looks better in motion when you're actually playing it. I know it's in motion, but like when you're playing the game, it does look pretty good. But I think you're right where they've kept it to a slightly lower, I believe, maybe a slightly lower, resolution of textures and stuff like that.
Is it free to play?
It is free to play.
Okay,
so that's the thing.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
it looks like a free to play game.
Yeah, it is. But the thing is, their art style, I feel, is so solid that not during any moment in the game was I like, this looks like piss. I literally like the way it looks.
It looks fine. I'm not.
I think, I don't know, it's one of those games where, like, when I saw, I forget what game it was, but someone was like, it just looks like Borderlands or something, or it wasn't Destiny. Was it Destiny? It might have been Destiny. Someone, like, was like, it almost just looks like Borderlandsy, but then when you actually play it, it's like, it doesn't look like Borderlands
Destiny doesn't look
all.
like Borderlands at all.
I know, but, like, somewhat, you know what I mean? Like, weird,
Yeah.
like, once you play it, it looks better.
Sure.
One of those kinds of things. I think when you play it, it just, I don't know, it has a feel to it that I really, I really like the way they do their gun models and stuff. They're like cute guns, where like it's still very much a gun that's gonna kill you, but like look at that M4, it just looks kind of adorable, right?
Adorable.
Like it just like you could be friends with it. So what was I completely forget before I started talking about the art. Oh, splash damage. So yeah, this is how is it like Brink, right? So
Yeah.
I would say the art style is very reminiscent, but also the parkour stuff. You can.
Oh, is that
wall
in here?
It's here and it's not here. What's
Okay.
here is wall jumping, I would say.
I never
Um,
found that stuff in Brink worked particularly well, or like it was
I
really
thought it
hard
worked.
to do what you wanted it to do. Like
Yeah,
I never
think-
fully grasped that.
Maybe you're just bad. I thought it was okay.
I mean, I admittedly did not play that much because I was kind of like, because I didn't really like Brink that much, honestly.
Yeah, I think it was very lukewarm for a lot of people. I think I have to say, like, the mode. This was open beta this is a closed beta for 3 days, and they switched between. Oh, wait, I should finish explaining the parkour. The parkour is really just like you can, when you're running along a wall, if you can go and bounce off it, right? Like if you jump and then you're running into the wall, then you not like running along the wall, but if you're running at a wall and you jump, then you can jump off the wall, and you
Okay.
can use that in different ways on the maps to get into different places. There's not really nearly as much parkour heaviness in it. I think they're going for a little bit more straightforward with the movement because they really want you to focus on not just running around the map and going crazy like in Titanfall. They really want you to focus on the objectives. They really want you to. When you start up the game, there is a video. I wanted to talk about this when I started because I was like, this is brilliant. If you're doing a tactical game where you have a point, you should do this. In the beginning, when I started up this beta, they had a video. They're like, hey, this is a tactical game. It's not about the kills. You should do this. Look at the objective. Help your teammates. Everyone has a role. Are you a medic? You need to heal people. And, like, it sits you down for, like, just a minute video that's explaining, like, this is about the objectives. You're playing this
Okay.
to work with your team and to complete an objective, you know?
Yeah.
So it's very much, it's very based around that idea of not just run and gun fun. Although it also says that it's like, don't maybe aim down the iron sights too much because it's not a super realistic shooter. As you can tell, the iron sights stay pretty much close to the reticle. You know what I mean? Like your bullets aren't going to stray too much unless you're aiming far away. So they even also encourage, you know, run and gun a little bit. You really shouldn't be aiming down the iron sights too much. It's not the kind of, it kind of tries to explain, you know, this is the kind of shooter this is, right?
Yeah.
And I like that it sets that up because it puts everyone in a frame of mind like, okay, I really should be thinking about this, you know? This isn't, you know, just free-for-all deathmatch. And there is no free-for-all deathmatch as far as I saw in the beta.
Okay. Yeah.
It is these objective modes on the maps, and also because they are focusing so heavily on the objective modes, each objective is for that map. There is not any map that has another mode on it right now. This map has this game mode where you're moving the tank and then you're getting like C4 from it to the objective.
All right. Yeah. So very intentionally like specific. Like this map was designed for this type
For
of
this.
gameplay. Interesting.
Yeah. And so as you can see here, we won, but it was like kind of very unsatisfying. Like I was happy that we won, but I was like, oh, all right. So that was a little easy. And the next part of the video that we're gonna jump to, you'll get to see how the map expands, because you really didn't get to see that in that one.
All right. Cool.
All right, so this is the second map that actually there were like 3 or 4 maps in the beta, but they did some because they're really this was a beta beta in terms of they tried a bunch of different kind of modes in terms of like, so the first day I played it was ranked matches. It was 5v5, or it was called competitive. It was 5v5, and you if you left the game, you had to join back into that game. They wanted to see how their competitive mode worked. I really liked that day. This day though, it's, and here I'll just, I think no, I don't show the different classes that you can pick, but you
Lame. Come on, man.
Yeah, I know, good one. But so what was I saying? Oh, the first day was the competitive stuff. This day though, as you can see, it's like 8 versus 8, and it's lobby based. So you go into the lobby and you find a thing that you join. And right now, apparently, there's just like this really cool moment where I'm loading up the map and not moving at all. Oh, there we go. Okay, it just snaps.
The person who was saying things, was that?
That was a character.
Okay.
Who said curse word, curse word, curse word.
Yeah, that's
So
really
people can do insults. I'm sure that you can turn down the character audio. I just didn't think to do that.
Oh, like somebody was spamming a button for that.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, see, look, special taunt 4.
Got it.
Yeah, that's pretty. It's a little weird to have in there. But so this day that I recorded this, it's just server based, and my dead floppy body.
This is pretty funny.
Good. Yeah.
Oh, that blood was red. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's really jelly. But so the server based, I found that those days where it's 8 versus 8, it's a little bit more chaotic. It was a little bit more hard and fun, but man, when it was 5 versus 5, it felt tight. The maps felt good and tight. And the other thing that was weird is on this day where it wasn't competitive, they took out 2 maps from people playing them.
Huh.
So that was like kind of weird. The other map was this bridge map that you could go plant bombs on this bridge, and then it expands and you go plant more explosives. A lot of what the game has to offer is blowing up things and moving to objectives and blowing up more things. But they changed the maps enough, I felt, that it was I wasn't like, oh, I'm placing the bomb again. I felt like, you know, it's placing a bomb, but it is in such a different environment. You know what I mean? The maps were truly, none of the maps feel alike. The you know what I mean? They really had some good level designers, I felt, on this.
This map really reminds me a lot of Brink.
Yes, yeah. Definitely like the smooth white and like the chunky bits, right?
Yeah, totally.
I don't know how to explain that but like their art style's almost chunky. It's like some stuff looks fat and little bloated.
Yeah, I
right?
remember Brink. Like
hey, look! If you look in the bottom left, Jean-Luc, you can see Frank Underwood.
Oh,
in the game.
Okay. House of Cards is coming out in 2
It literally
days.
says House House of Cards Frank Underwood,
Okay.
as if we wouldn't know who that is.
Well,
Thank
I
you.
mean, in the show, he plays video games. Like he's playing
It's
on like a
true.
PS4 and
That's
stuff. So
true.
maybe he's
This was
playing Dirty Bomb.
This was a PC only beta though, and I don't know if
Well.
Sony, who definitely had some funding in that, because in the one episode he's like, "Yo, dog, did you get that sweet PS Vita?" Frank Underwood was like, "Hells yeah."
Yeah. Actually, I don't mind that stuff. At
I
all.
thought it was so
really
funny. I really thought that was hilarious. I loved
And I'm like,
it.
of course he would be like just casually murdering people in a shooter for fun.
Yeah, I think it was like
seems like something he
Battlefield.
would do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like Battlefield.
Or like
4 as
Killzone
well.
or something. It was,
Yeah, it was very Sony. Yeah.
I'm excited for the new season.
Yeah, me too. You're gonna hear some people in this game talking a little bit. You just ignore them, viewer.
So, I mean, do you really find that kind of stuff crucial? Like, sort of paying
Talking
attention
to your teammates?
Yeah.
Yes, I definitely. In this mode, not so much. Like, I not necessarily this mode, because it's the same game mode as the map and the competitive stuff. But when it's 5 versus 5, and if you leave the game, it's like you're being penalized, or you can't join another game. You have to finish this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you play CS:GO, it's like you can't go play another CS:GO game. You got to go finish your other competitive CS:GO game.
Yeah.
When it's like that, and Christina's alarm goes off,
I didn't hear
you might.
anything.
All right, cool. When it's like that, I was using the talk function in the game, and so were several other people, and it was really crucial and good to kind of get to do that. Yeah.
Coming up.
But it is helpful. I wouldn't say, but when it's 8 versus 8, and you know that you can just leave at whatever moment, I just killed myself.
Wait,
because
what happened? I missed
I just
that.
killed myself because I felt that I felt that I wanted to, and I just in the chat the competitive is better.
Yeah, I saw that.
I wanted to select a different type. I want to select the
Chuyu?
frag type. There's some
His-
guy's name.
Yeah, his very helpful
Oh,
comment.
Choo Choo.
Choo Choo, his very helpful comment.
Oh, was he like, you guys suck or whatever?
He was like something about it being really gay.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, right. Cool internet people saying cool,
Internet
things.
people. But yeah, I think the competitive mode really was like, especially it was the first day and it was so tight and there was like 3 or 4 different maps. I was like, oh, this is great. Like I want to play this with my friends. Like it felt good and fun.
Yeah, do you think this is something you'd like play for a while when it comes out?
I definitely think so, which is weird because usually free-to-play shooters, like I tried a lot of them because it's a free-to-play shooter and I like shooters, so why not?
Same.
Right?
Yeah, right. Like give them a shot.
Yeah. So but I think I might actually stick with this one because it was really like the objectives felt good. Like all of the stuff felt like when it feels like everyone in Battlefield is working together, which I feel like can feel rare sometimes because they're so big. It felt like a little version of like Battlefield. You know what I mean? Where it's like everyone's doing their job and they're all working together to actually. It's like when someone actually heals you in Battlefield and you're like, holy shit! It's like that kind of all the time. You know, everyone's always trying to do their job and do the objective.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And I don't know why I hit escape there, but I did. I spent a lot of time dying in this round, if you haven't noticed. I did really bad. In this round. You might not have noticed, but I assure you.
No, I've noticed. I just
Yeah,
didn't want to say anything.
And look at this. Oh, this is kind of an interesting thing. There are already little like I found little metas popping up within people discovering in the beta. Oh, like not broken stuff, but stuff that you can kind of abuse. You can just run over into someone and heal them with and medic them and they'll get up, right?
Yeah.
And also, when you blow up a thing, it actually blows up that little container. Like that container that bomb was planted in, it's like blown. Yeah, you saw it there.
Yeah,
it's blown the F up. So people kind of discovered the medic. You can just insta heal someone if you have your pads out. So basically, what they did to us on this map is this other team. They had like 3 or 4 people as medic, and they kind of just like medic Zerg rushed us, where they just kind of like rushed in. Like one dude would die medic, the other dude would die medic, and like it was pretty funny. Yeah, look, if you see, you just got Zerg rush, can't do shit by 1,000 medics, and it's like the medics have shotguns, or at least the one medic does. It's so she can basically, if they're close to you and there's 3 of them, they're probably gonna kill you, and they can insta heal each other. So there's probably gonna be some tweaking of how long
it is
takes
a beta.
medic
Hopefully they would fix that.
Yeah, I think they'll probably notice it. Like I noticed it. Even there was this one ridiculous moment I had in a game where it was like we were having this huge fight over one of the bombs that we had set, and it just we basically both teams were doing the healing murder, and it just kept that kind of just kept happening.
Yeah.
So you have any questions about it? Anything I haven't really explained or gone over?
I mean, I don't know.
Because we have I think 3 or 4 minutes left of this.
I guess I'm trying to think because I'm like you. I kind of try a lot of free-to-play shooters because like why not?
If it's gonna stick, right?
Yeah,
That's
like
a
none
big
of them
question.
stick with me. Like very rarely.
I have to say I was shocked that I wanted to keep playing it, and today I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna record that thing. I was like, I kind of wish I could play it. It's fun. Like I don't know how else to say it other than just like the shooting is tight. Like the shooting in Brink was actually pretty tight. Say what you want about the whole game was a little bit of a mess in my opinion.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
Yeah, but the shooting was solid, and the parkour was fun. The parkour is really toned down in this. Oh, you're gonna see something here that like I didn't have grenade. Some characters just don't have grenades. Like this character, I went over and I see this dude healing her, and I almost killed him. Nope, get there, and he just murders me.
Yeah, if you had a grenade, would have solved that problem.
Yep, and I literally had just switched from the grenade class, so I felt like a butthole. God, I really just love the way the guns look in this. But I don't know. I feel like I hope people will play with me when it comes out, essentially.
I'll try it with you.
Because it was actually, like, it felt good. It felt, like, pretty fun, and, like, I enjoyed myself. Also something to note, the female characters, the female avatars in the game, are not super sexist and horrendous. Which, like...
I feel like they're not usually in shooters.
In shooters, they're usually not horrible.
Typically
which is
in like
true and
a
fair.
free-to-play military-style shooter, they're just women
It
with
is-
military body
yeah.
armor. Like they look pretty
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. But like I don't know, maybe in some of the imagery or whatever, it's like, oh, the girl Rocketeer, and she's like sexily holding the rocket, right?
Oh,
Or,
like
I don't-
Combat Girl from Monday Night Combat or something.
Yeah, exactly. They're
Although
treated
that was
very.
stylized enough that actually might not.
Yeah.
All right, we got
but they're
16
treated-
seconds though. We gotta
right.
we gotta wrap this up.
Yes. Anyway, I think people should probably check this out. It's when it comes out. Or
When's
sign
it
up
coming
also-
out?
That's the thing. Let's just talk over here in the darkness for a bit. Maybe
Yeah,
can have
we
some
could talk
B-roll.
for another couple seconds.
So they don't have a date on when it's actually coming out, but they still have beta signups. There's going to be another part of the closed beta next weekend that I'll be playing in.
Okay.
But they haven't actually announced a date or anything for it. But it was really fun. Like I talked to some people who were also playing the game, just like in the game, and I was like, I really want this to open up because I want to play it with my friends. Like I think they would enjoy this, and they're like, me too. So yeah, but it was pretty tight. So if you go to Dirty Bomb, just find their site and sign up. They'll be doing more closed betas. They've said in emails to people, like in the beta email they sent me, they're like, also tell your friends to sign up for future betas. So there's going to be more betas. So go sign up for it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah, it's cool.
All right then. Thanks for showing me that, Matt.
No problem.